Oh, hello. Oh, there you are. I thought you was over there. Or over there. Oh, you're right there. Hi. You might remember me when I did a video recently on the secret to cleaning the Nes console. And I thought I was finished. No more of that. I'll go back to reading children's books and doing maybe a few other ideas. But I just couldn't pass this up. Something neat that I thought that there might be some people out there that might want to know. Something I found out recently that's kind of neat. We all know that Nintendo stopped making the Mini Nes Classic, and the price shot up. The price gougers on Amazon, eBay, and I wound up paying $200 myself, and I didn't have HDMI, so it didn't work on my TV with the adapter I tried, and I got my money back. They eBay didn't give me my money back, but PayPal did. So I'd heard about the 500 game NES Classic from China. Looks almost identical, and was in composite, and I thought, well, that's what I play, composite video. So how this really began was I wanted a NES, a Nintendo that didn't have chips on it and wasn't turning yellow, because that's the kind I have. So I went online and it said good condition but has chips. I saw one and it said very good condition. Well, I said, surely it don't have chips. Well, I paid $100 for it, and I got it. And it had chips all around the corner. So I sent it and got my 100 back. And in my mind, I was thinking, I still would like to have a NES that looks brand new. Can't have the NES Mini because it's HDMI. Don't want to take another chance on getting another NES with chips on the corners. It's too much trouble. And then the clone from China. I thought, I'll give it a try. 500 games. So I got it, and wow, it looks identical to the NES Classic. And I hooked it up, and sure enough, it played. And I bought something years ago that was also from China, and 60 of the games in it are the same games that are in the NES Mini Classic, but it has a lot more games. The one I got has got 65 games, but it's got 500, and they say at least 300 of them are not copies. But anyway, there was something I found out. Here it is. There is the NES Classic clone, 500 games from China. When I took it apart and got the controller out, which actually I've already taken the controller out, but you see the console is still in there. And here it is. Just like what I was afraid of was when they first advertised this, the top was yellow, and I thought, I don't want it to look so authentic that it looks 30 years old. But I went ahead and ordered it, and it turned out that the top was not yellow, and it does look exactly like the NES Mini Classic. Almost identical, even has the vents and everything, and composite video. So, but one problem. This video is about, there is other controllers that will play in this besides the NES clone controllers that are very stiff. Most of them are. Mine were very stiff. So I'll show you one that come out of this box. Here it is. This thing is so stiff it hurts my thumb. Most of them are like that. You may get one that isn't, but most of them are very stiff. And like, what am I going to do? oh man, this is hard. This D-pad is so hard to push. Maybe it'll break in by the time of the Olympics in 2020, and I can play then. And maybe then it's so doggone hard that, oh, my thumb is hurting. What can I do? You might want to try this option. You might not. There is another controller, but it's one of them ain't easy to get, and one of them is easy to get. I'll show you what I found out. That there is another controller that will... There's two other ones that will work in your NES Classic China clone with the 500 games composite video. If you don't like that stiff D-pad like I don't. So, let me show you controller number one. Way back when they were doing the Atari plug and plays, and you know they're up to a bunch of them, they're up to 8. I bought number one, and it had 5 Atari 7800 games, and it come with the 7800 looking console, and it was a plug and play, and 7800 controllers, mini, small ones. And one day I found out that this thing I got from China that plays 60 of the same games that the classic NES does, that this plugged in and would work for the second player. So I thought maybe it would work. Maybe it would work on this. So I got this, and it's actually the same shape as the plug for Caligo or the Sega Master Controller, but I'll get to that later. So I plugged it in. Remember with this, you do it with controller number 2 is really player number 1. So and you're supposed to go in there. There, see, it's in there. And lo and behold, I found out it works. And you can buy these without the games. You can buy these controllers by themselves fairly cheap. They're little mini 7800s for the Atari plug and play number 1. These will act as A/B buttons. And this joystick works. And the start button, the stop button works, the pause button works, but there's one thing. The select button don't work. But I found out that a lot of the games don't need the select button. So that's option number 1, the easy one. It works. Let me show you very quickly. This is what it originally came in. This is the Atari Flashback number 1, which actually this was by Atari, not at games. And I found that the quality of it is built a little better. And that's what it would look like in the box. And there's the little mini 7800 console. And that's it. For maybe $14 you can get a pair of 2 of those controllers and maybe save your thumb a little, you know, whatever. Okay, so controller number 2, the one that works the best and the hardest to get. Okay, now it went as a second player to this. This looks like the Nintendo 64, but it's not. Instead, it's got thousands of games in it, but actually it's only 65 games. And if you look, there is a connection for the second controller. And guess what? I have the second controller, and it works on the next NES, the NES Mini Classic China Clone 500 game. And it looks like some kind of a Sega copycat, Sega clone player console. So that's what I found out. So one more thing. Do not try a real Sega Master System controller. This will plug into it, but I guarantee you, it will not work because I tried it. It don't work. You might as well save the trouble of trying a Sega Master. Doesn't work. This does work. This is a copycat Sega controller that only comes, that I know of. And I will show you the box. This is what it came in. That's where the game was that I showed you. Here's a second one. I have two boxes, two of these. And this one here goes here. This will play on your clone 500 game player. And voila, the 6-button Sega controller, a very good copycat. D-pad, very easy, doesn't hurt the thumb at all. I think the select button is one of these 6, and that's the start button. And this will plug in to your clone Mini Nes China 500 game. I tried it and I couldn't believe it. It works. And so does that Atari joystick thing I showed you, except it don't have a select button. Easier to get than this. But if you find one of these, grab it. You'll enjoy playing your mini clone with the 500 games. You will enjoy playing it with this sucker. So go to the flea markets, look on the internet, and you might find one. I bought this for $45. Years later at a flea market, I found another brand new one for $18. I got this for $18. It originally was selling from 45 to 60 bucks. Also, it comes with a zapper pistol where you can also play your zapper games for the Nintendo. It has Duck Hunt, and it also has Hogan's Alley in here. And you know what? This pistol works better than the Nintendo zapper gun. I would rather use that. But if you find this, the bonus is this will play on your NES 500 player clone. Guarantee. And there is another bonus. There's another bonus. See this? Look at that. You screw it right into the middle of this, and guess what you got? You've got a little joystick for playing Pac-Man or whatever. Screws right into the controller here. Isn't that neat? If you can get your hands on one of these. So that's about it. I just wanted to show you there is something else that will play on your Clone 500 game Mini NES China look-alike player. This will. And I showed you what it looks like if you want to look for it. If you want to look for the box it come in, you can start looking on the internet. And I guarantee you this thing, I played many games on it. And it was fun, easy, and I got a higher score. And that's what you want. I was playing a game that I had played on the other one before, and I went, wow, I got a higher score than I ever got before. Because this plays like a Sega controller. It's easy. Easy on the thumbs. I think it's got 8 directions. It's great. But you're going to probably have to look for the whole thing. You're going to have to look for that. And the front looks like that. So I thought you might like that. Or get your Atari plug and play #1 and buy you some used controllers, and they will work except for the select button. They work. It works too. So that's about it. I wonder where I put it. Just remember, if you can't find the other one, you can find, well, look at this. It's still plugged in here. You can find this one really easy on eBay, just for 10 bucks or so, and it will play a lot of games that will not need the select button. It won't play all the games, but it'll play a lot of them. And I guarantee it'd probably be pretty fun to play Pac-Man with this little joystick here. And it works. It works. So, do you want those, or do you want... Oh, I can't wait till the Olympics. This thing will soften up by then. I know, it's got to. It's got to somehow soften up. I just know. I just know. Come on, please. Oh, my thumb, it's killing me. It's killing me. Is it 2020 yet? Okay, so that's it. And that's the end of the video, and I hope you like it. Till later. See you later. Bye.